Hello there, folks of Rhys Nicholasson on my YouTube channel. Folks of the Osēgard Anglican kinfolk, and folks of fans of Fensida, a Klingers half, or Fingers half. Today I have a guest upon my channel. He has a book called The Gods of Asgard by Erik Evensen, also known as The Gods of Osēgard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my beer ready, and I'm going to relax and enjoy this along with you guys, and hand over to Lytel Beorn, as he's known as in Old English, or his other name is also Rhys Nicholasson. I will hand you over to him now, and we're all going to I hope we'll all really enjoy this.
Brilliant.
On the SCM1 here. It's a book he loves dearly.
It's a book I've been reading for the past 10 years, but I thought it's a fun little novel I've been reading through school. There we go, it's all right. Let me just turn the chair around here. Anyway, hello folks. I am Rhys, or in Old English, Lytel Beorn, meaning little warrior. But as the modern Welsh translation will go for Rhys, R-H-Y-S. So today, I figured, now I've not been on this channel much besides standing by a fire, taking part in my brother's performance for the Blots. But today, I figured, since, I'd like to take part a bit more. So today, what I'm going to do for you folks is read one of my favourite drawn graphic novels by Erik Evensen. I'm not sure how you'd pronounce the surname, but if the bloke himself's watching, you can always put, comment the pronunciation. But anyway, so this is the book I'm gonna be reading to you guys, Gods of Asgard. And it's a fun little graphic novel because I've been reading it for the past 10 years. And
Before you start, brother, can you just pass the phone so I can silent that? Sorry about that, everybody.
It's my brother's phone.
I think it's Learfrich. I'm assuming by the constant pinging.
So anyway, it's a book that goes from, its creation story to its ending. So, from the void creation to the final battle. But I'm going to be reading a few chapters at a time. So when brother gets the time, I will come in, read a few chapters, and we'll go on from there. But anyway, without a delay, I will start reading now for you folks. In the beginning, there was fire, a realm known as Muspelheim, which would mean fire home. It is hot, that nothing can live there but its own native sons. Their chieftain is Surtur. He waits quietly until Ragnarok, the end of the world. Then, and only then, will he attack. There was also ice. The realm to the north of Muspelheim was called Niflheim, Ice Home, full of ice, snow, and the 11 frozen rivers called the Osēgard. It was so cold, nothing could live there. The northern opposite to its southern realm. And there was also nothing. There were two realms were separated by a massive void called Ginnungagap, the great emptiness. The void was hot towards the north, not hot towards the south. Hang on. The void was hot towards the southern border, but icy cold towards the northern border. That was it. My apologies for something. We have had a few ales tonight, and they need to sound a bit silly. The swirling mist and gentle warmth of the void soon brought life in the form of Ymir, the first of the frost giants. In his sleep, Ymir's sweat produced offspring, a son and a daughter from his armpit, and soon another son from his legs. I've had a cold the past few days, so I do apologise for the coughing. These were
It's okay, brother.
These were the first members of the Eothen race, the Jotuns, the giants. The life-giving mist also brought forth a cow, the very first cow in existence, Aldumla. Ymir fed off Aldumla's milk, and the cow fed by licking the salty ice. Aldumla licked until one day she unearthed a man from the ice. This man was Buri. He was tall, handsome, and strong, not like Ymir's offspring. Buri took the daughter of a frost giant as his wife and had a son named Bor. Bor would do the same, and he would have 3 sons, Vili, Ve, and Woden, the first of the Aesir. The sons of Bor had no liking to Ymir and his rough, violent family, but another source would say that Vili, Ve, and Woden had a bit of conflict with Vergelmir, which were kinsmen to Ymir, and since they were so violent, they eventually took their frustrations out on Ymir. I could be right, I could be wrong, but whatever your thoughts are, please share them in the comments, and we can uncover from those secrets learned. At last, they rose up and slew him. 2 of Ymir's descendants survived riding the river of his blood to safety. So after Vili, Ve, and Woden slew Ymir, the entire void was flooded of his blood, that eventually the roaming survivors had to swim. You imagine a giant like that flooding an entire void, fit for a billion universes. Oh my word. The 3 brothers took Ymir's body and turned it into the earth. So parts like the bones, knees, the skull, etc., you name it, they made that into the earth, the lands that we dwell upon. His sons became, his bones became mountains, his teeth became the rocks, his blood became the sea. By next month, this cold will be gone, so you won't have to worry about me coughing every time. It's a bit unfortunate, that. To the east, they set aside land for the new Eothen race and walled it with rocky mountains. This became Jotunheim, Jotunheim, or commonly known, Heim meaning home in Old Norse, Jotun giants, so this would be called Giant Home. And as the young gods walked their earth, they came upon 2 trees, an ash tree and an elm tree. They were inspired by the trees and made them into the first man and woman. Woden gave them breath of life, Vili gave them thought and feelings, and they gave them sight and hearing. The gods then remembered the worms and maggots that crawled through Ymir's rotten body. They gave them wits and shaped them as men, as best as they could. This was the birth of the dwarves, the dweorgs, and the dark elves. Though they had new form, they still preferred to live underground. Thus they became the finest smiths known throughout all the 9 realms.
Or 7 if you're Anglo-Saxon, sorry brother, or...
No, it's cool.
And there were believed to be 2 beneath the roots according to the 9 herbal charms.
Oh yeah.
And I had in Anglo-Saxon and Southern Germanic, the roots it was believed to be muspelum and...
oh yeah.
I think it would have been Niflheim because Hallam and Niflheim, I think, Hallam goes into Niflheim in Anglo-Saxon, I think. And it, like you say, like you believe, I think it digs deep down into that realm.
Oh yeah, it's like digging in the dirt and all that, innit?
That's all they get connected often, yeah. But yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Sorry, brother, go on.
No, it's cool, bruv.
All
You
good.
can share your thoughts, definitely.
Thank you, brother.
In the middle of the earth grew an enormous tree. And this tree, to the Norse, would be called Yggdrasil, or commonly known to the totem pole that the Anglo-Saxons were worshipped by, whether they refer to as their oak tree or their local ash tree, the Irminsul, the world tree. Like I said, I do apologise for this coughing. I've caught a cold off me dad, but the worst of it has gone by the past few days. But hopefully by next week, it'll all be gone. It's a top brushed by the dome of the sky. Its branches stretch over all the earth, and its roots dipped into the farthest reaches of Niflheim, basically the ice realm. As long as the tree stood would the world the sons bore built, and its roots lived. The 3 weird sisters would dwell. Their Norse names Skuld, Erd and Verdandi, but what were their English, that old English names, bruv? Because brother has their old English names and he can decipher the names for you right here and now.
I should be able to get up.
I do apologise for this, guys.
So, Old English, skuld, it's skilled is pronounced skuld.
Yeah.
Verdandi, is that the Norse name, Verdandi?
Skuld is the Norn of the presence.
Yeah. Verdandi is pronounced Weirthanendi.
No, sorry, let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
Skuld, Norn of the past.
Yeah. Skuld, Norn of the past, because what I do is I use Stephen Pollington's dictionary to get the meanings of their names, and I'll translate that closest meaning or meaning best describes that word in Old English from Stephen Pollington. His dictionary is very accurate, may I add. So skuld is translates to skilled. What was the next one called?
Verdandi, Norn of the presence.
Verdandi is Weirfedendi. Weirfedendi. And the last one is Erd, isn't it?
Yeah, and Erd. Hang on. It's called. Sorry, I've learned a few meanings.
Erd comes translates to dash in Old English. Dash.
Ah, yes.
Dash. So dash.
Unless if it's Erd of the future, perhaps.
And the same things but in a different dialect.
Mm.
So there you go, brother. So
that was it.
Old English, skilled, Weirfedendi and dash.
Brilliant. Thank you for that, bruv.
No problem, brother.
Together they weave a tapestry with a thread for every life on our mortal realm. Every thread had a beginning and an end, even threads of the gods. Finally satisfied with their creation, the sons of Bor made a home for themselves, Osēgard, Asgard, the realm of the gods, the stronghold They place a tie above the earth and connected with a flaming rainbow bridge named the Bifrost or Bifrost, if you pronounce it in some of the old northern tongues.
I'll see if I've got anything in Old English for Bifrost.
Yes.
Have a look. What
As the earth grew, so did the bloodline of Boar. Walden, Villian Frey took wives, and soon Osēgard was populated with gods, goddesses, demigods, and many other divine beings. The divine group themselves called themselves, in Norse, they would call themselves the Aesir, or the Aesir, if you pronounce it in the modern tongue. But in Old English, they would refer to themselves as the Aesir, or the Esse, if you pronounce it without the I and R. Now, the first 4 pages are just a few bios of the gods and a few of the others, so it will mention a few of the most well-known figures like Woden, Thun, or Loki, or Luca, however you'd like to pronounce it now, and even Freyr. But the thing is with this book, now some folk will connect Frigg and Freya as a combined or same sort of figurine, but then you'll also, but in this book they sort of separate their personalities or whatnot and make them into separate goddesses. But that's an explanation for another day. I do apologise for that. Like I said, I've had a really bad cold the past few days, so I'm still getting through this cough. Don't let the cough put you off. Enjoy the story for what it is, because we're getting really into it.
It's the time of winter, brother.
Indeed, yeah.
And a lot of people get plagued this time of year with, believe you me, it is not unnatural.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Anyway.
Also, dwelling in Osēgard were the Valkrieger, or the Valkyries. They were warrior maidens who flew over the battlefield on snarling wolves and chose warriors to come to either Wodental or Folkvanger, Lady Freya's hall. The gods took wives. They had children and grandchildren, and slain warriors came to Valhalla in scores, or even Folkvanger, because the tales tell half of them went to Woden in Valhalla, the other half will go to Freya in Folkvanger.
Do you want Old English names then, brother?
You can add those if you like, real quick.
Yeah. So Freya's
oh, it's your fan, sorry, I just nudged that by accident.
Freya's hall is actually called the Foldi Fram Si Eigfrefta, which means field of the house from Old English.
Yeah,
that's what it translates to in Danish, Scandinavian. And what was the other one? Funor's Hall.
Oh, no. We was only referred.
And Osēgard is obviously Asgard.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Okay.
Valhalla became home of many feasts. Osēgard was growing. And that is the end of that chapter. So what we'll do is we'll leave it at that chapter, because we talked about the creation and how the gods have built their realm. And coming up in the next chapters, the next few I'll read, and hopefully this bloody cough will have gone so you won't hear every 2 seconds. But anyway, so the next chapter we will talk about the Aesir-Vanir War and the building of Asgard's walls. So that's a chapter, 2 chapters for the next video, guys. I hope you enjoy this. Don't let me coughing put you off. I've just had my dad's fucking illness, so pardon me for the swearing there because I'm a bit circular. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the first 2 chapters of Erik Evensen's Gods of Asgard, and we will be reading this from beginning to end. I promise you that. it's my boast for this video. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. Will you pass me my horn? It should be on your bed.
Yeah. Horn. Yeah. There you go.
So,
There's more beer.
There's still more beer to be had, but I figured I'd stop me little session with my brother to have a bit of a boast and read some of this book to you. But anyway, I hope you have a good night. And I hope you have plenty of cheese, plenty of beer. Wassail. See you later.